It legit smells like a, here we go for a barbecue cookout, boys. So yeah, fire up the grill.
Oh my god. It's like it's, ugh, I don't want them. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Oh, that's bad. Hi, I'm Jake,
And I'm Steven.
and we are Two Blockheads. And this is, well, this was going to be episode number 4, but now it's episode number 3 because we pre-recorded a Christmas special, and then we accidentally, no, we didn't ruin it. We just accidentally made it for 1 week, or we were going to put it out 1 week before Christmas, but then we're like, wait, we made this for Christmas. So I guess we really are living up to our name, Two Blockheads.
It's the worst.
So we have a lot going for you today. Have some very interesting topics. I'm going to go on a rant because of some stuff
Yeah, I have
that
no
happened
idea
in
what.
the tech world. You have no idea what's happening, but that's totally okay by me.
Oh.
Some stuff that happened in the tech world. He knows a little bit of it.
Yeah,
It was
he knows
big.
more.
And then I have a surprise for Steve. You know, normal new formula. So to kick this off, I'm actually going to hand the mic over to Steve to get it going, so we can get it going.
Get it going. Okay. All right. Well, first of all, you ever put together a dollhouse?
Nope.
Like a legit dollhouse, like paint, 1,000 pieces, 1,000 shingles alone. We got to, you get there?
Benefit of a beard, you get water all in it
Yeah, there
if you
you
take
go.
too big of a gulp.
There you go.
So, excuse me.
So first of all, people, gentlemen in particular, never take your girlfriend into a Hobby Lobby during the holiday season. Just a word to the wise.
Or quarantine.
Or quarantine, yeah, when you got tons of time on your hands. So we got a dollhouse, and this isn't like a Barbie dream house. This is like build it yourself, dye the shingles, paint the wood, sand the foundation, everything like that. We're basically building a small house in her not tiny, but her 3-bedroom apartment right now. And it is just fun.
Oh, I bet the way you said fun made me holistically
It's just so much
believe
fun.
you there,
Yeah,
my friend.
I've been doing that for like literally the last like
How are your
24 hours.
fingers?
They're blistered. They're sandpapered. They're covered in paint. My legs are covered in paint.
I was actually going to ask him, like, is that from
ruined-
the dollhouse? Or
Almost
was,
ruined my favorite jorts.
how can you wear jorts this winter?
Jorts is a state of mind. It's not really a seasonal option. You understand?
Yeah.
No, you
I
probably
guess.
don't. You
No, I've never really worn
No.
jorts. So sorry if you hear me messing with my mic. I wanted to raise my chair a little bit. I'm feeling a little short.
Yes.
Today.
So that's what was going on with me in my life. You got any big news report? I mean, I know you want to do your rant because
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
we'll get
We'll
that's
get
all
to
right,
that.
later in the program.
But right now, you may notice again we've changed the set yet again. We're gonna keep doing this, I bet, for a while, because right now we're actually sitting in the set for my music video, or not my music video, my band's music video. We've actually torn it down twice. Thank you, Steven, for all your help in making us better at what we do.
it's
even
not
though,
a problem.
So we originally started, we wanted to do kind of like a cyclorama type effect where you kind of made the room look indistinguishable as far as size goes.
Yeah, like a void.
But we did it on a budget of $70. And then that didn't work out.
Hey,
That
we did
really-
it was for $70. It looked pretty good.
It looked good. It did, especially like, so there's a scene when we get to the pre-chorus where we have our singer sitting there and we have like this effect where we have all the main lights off. So that's actually how these two lights are right now, is we turn those off and we have just the backlights lighting them. So it's this, why am I brain dumping the word for this effect?
This is your basement, not mine.
Silhouette. There we go. It's a silhouette effect. And it looked awesome. So we may still keep those. But besides that, basically 2 to 3 hours worth of shooting is gone. But hey, that's the process, right? You want it to look good. So you gotta, I mean, it's like Solo, right? The Solo movie. Mm-hmm. They reshot pretty much 90% of that movie.
You gotta reshoot.
So
Gotta make it
if
look
it's
good.
not up to standard, you got to make it up to standard.
Except we're not bringing in Ron Howard.
I wish we were. I wish we had that kind
Still
of
waiting on an email response. I don't think
think
it's
that'll
gonna
ever
happen.
gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah.
So anyway, welcome to another new setup. And the reason we did it this way, though, is one, because we're lazy. Two, we're a bit of a time crunch. We're going to be releasing this tomorrow, and we're recording it. So we release on Saturdays, and we're doing this on a Friday. So we're trying to keep it as minimalistic as we can as far as setup and goes. And plus, if you were to turn the camera around right now, which we're not going to do, it is a disaster on that side of the room. There's just camera gear, boxes, the foosball table, because usually my bachelor pad foosball table goes right here. Yeah. So instead, we're using this little corner. But it's super cool. It's looking really, really good for what it is. We're super excited for it. And,
I would agree.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys like this little setup. I don't know. This might actually become a permanent thing as far as where this goes. I'm loving the way this looks so far. It looks much more studio-esque. And one day, too, behind us, there's going to be a like old farm wood wall that is stained different colors and kind of distressed looking. I think that's going to be the next project that I work on down here. Mm-hmm. But anyway, enough about sets and stuff like that, because I bored you to death with that last time. Here we are, round 2. Anyway,
okay,
go ahead, Steve.
I've been meaning to ask you about this for a while. So Warner Brothers, big media or movie guys, we like our pop culture. Warner Brothers is sending all of their movies to HBO Max. All of them. Like for the next I think 12 releases are going to go straight to HBO Max. So if you have HBO Max, you can watch all of these movies. The Little Things, Judas and the Black Messiah, Tom and Jerry, Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, Space Jam, A New Legacy, The Suicide Squad, Matrix 4, all of that you can watch. So,
first off,
of those,
out of all of those titles, none of them sounded the least bit interesting.
Are you? That was my question to you. Is it which one would you want to watch the most?
Maybe Space Jam,
dude.
But
yeah,
the problem
for sure.
is
LeBron Space Jam would be great.
LeBron is cool, but Michael Jordan, man, like
he's a terrible actor. He's a great
all
basketball
those
player, but he's a
they
terrible
all
actor.
sound like terrible reboots. And what happened to the
Godzilla
last?
versus Kong, dude?
I'm not a big fan of Godzilla. I'm sorry.
No, I'm a big fan of King Kong. I can't wait to see him crocodile his jaws open. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not going to happen because he's going to get blasted with that blue stuff.
I hope it'll be better than what I'm thinking, because literally I don't really care for The Conjuring after the first few, because the first one was great, and then the rest of them. Don't even get me started on The Matrix.
Oh, come on.
All right, so I work in a career field where we have a lot of downtime. Oh. And I had a sergeant who every single opportunity, every single time The Matrix was on, we watched it.
Oh.
The first one's good. I'll still give that to The Matrix. The first one's a good movie. But when you've watched them easily 50 times, including the worst ones, which are like 2 and 3,
yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah, they're not great.
I am 100% done with
Keanu was busting his back trying to make those things work. I don't know if it pulled it off. But
is Keanu actually going to be in it?
Yeah. And somehow I think what's her face? Trinity. Carrie Ann something. I forget her name. But she's going to probably be in it too. Also, the new Tom and Jerry, I don't know if you've seen the trailer. It looks pretty good. Okay. I'm a big Tom and Jerry guy.
Did you say that earlier or did I miss it?
No, yeah, I said that one.
Okay, then maybe I'd watch that.
Yeah, the Tom and Jerry one.
I might watch that.
It looks like the Looney Tunes back in action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that movie.
Right. Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
It looks like that.
And a doomed company of
TVR. Good pull there. You
TVR,
go.
man.
There you go.
That was actually what got me into that car company. And if you know anything about cars, TVR has been less than stellar.
Good pull.
Literally on their last car that they made the battery, or maybe it wasn't the last car, but it was one of the last cars that they made. They installed the battery upside down near the wheel well. So water would get up in there.
Oh, so okay. I'm not a car guy, but that doesn't sound like a great
it's not a
plan.
good idea. Literally, it would catch on fire, or it would like completely short out the battery. Now, the other problem is they made a 2 hood system. So the first hood would open up, which basically made little access to no access. Like it literally was just like a flap that could open and close. And then the rest of the hood would open up. And still, you basically had to remove the entire engine just to remove the battery.
Sounds like they thought it all the way through.
Oh, they 100% did that.
All the way through.
Anyway, a little fun fact about TVR for the car people who watch this. I'm a big car guy. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm not.
Yeah, he's not. I
One
changed
in
the
the right
rotors
makes it
and
go.
brake pads on his rotors, brake pads, and calipers on his
Whose
car.
fingers came away not bleeding in that whole.
Yours, but
Yeah.
you had no idea what was happening the entire time. Yeah, I had the brilliant idea
by the
we'll
fourth
keep this
one,
one
I
short.
did.
I had a brilliant idea to take a pneumatic air drill and try to compress the caliper, which was probably seized shut anyway, and so the master cylinder wouldn't move. And I had a brilliant idea to try to use that to get it to force, and I caught my finger between it and the caliper.
I don't know much about mechanics, but I could tell like he was about to press the trigger, and I was like, "This is not ready to go."
And I still have the scar right here on my knuckles. So that one hurt.
I need some bourbon.
He's like, "You good, bro? Give me some whiskey." Yeah, so that's how that
Hey,
one
brakes
went down.
turned out great though. You know.
Oh yeah, they still work. I mean, you
still
haven't
work so
died
far.
yet, so
Yeah,
I guess I know what I'm doing. Somewhat.
Lots of hills out here in Colorado way. So
If you trust me to do your brakes, then
what you got?
yikes. All right, moving on. Cyberpunk. So one, I've talked about this a lot, but now it's out. I have it.
Cyberpunk is a very, very new video game. It's been delayed for a long time because of COVID and other reasons, for production reasons, I believe. Keanu Reeves is a big part of it. It was a big couple years for Keanu.
Yeah, going with the whole Matrix and
Yeah,
Keanu
with
Reeves
the Matrix
being
thing.
here.
Yep, he's all over the place, and he's killing it as always. And it just released, and of course, all these you gamers are the worst. Like you're
Trust
never
me, I know.
happy.
No, we're not.
Never happy with
Especially
anything.
once you get to like PC gamers, they are the most fickle group of gamers. Sorry, I'm one. All of my friends are one. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because we have some insanely high standards. I mean, my roommate was just talking to one of his friends online about why it was this massive disappointment. So I'm going to go over not gameplay as far as like story plot or anything like that. I'll let you guys get there. I'm sure eventually you will. I'm going to go over technical things. So things that I've experienced, friends have experienced in the game, stuff like that.
Is this your rant, to be clear?
No, this is not my rant.
Oh, geez. Okay.
No, I'm just going to, it's going to be funny. And then I'm going to take your take and say, I have a question at the end, right? So first off, like for me, I've only had minor bugs. The tutorial for one of the missions, it would not physically let me tag an enemy, as in like mark them for whatever reason. The game needs you to do that for the specific
So in the
portion.
basic tutorial being basic, like just like the step one.
Legit. I remapped the button. I tried all sorts of things, restarted the game, yada, yada, yada. Nothing worked. So I ended up, luckily I was able to back out of it, but it wouldn't even let me exit out of that portion of the tutorial. So I couldn't even skip it or get past it because I just physically couldn't back out. Luckily I figured out a way to do that. Next, one of the funnier glitches I've seen was I went into a bar in the game and the bartender or what's a female bartender, Carl? Is still a bartender?
Yeah, there's a bartender.
Okay, bartender gave me a glass, and then once she moved away, it was permanently stuck in her hand.
I think you were thinking of barista, by the way, but that's like coffee people.
Okay, yeah. But anyway, she would move around and like even when she moved her hand, it would just glitch through the glass and like it was just floating around into nothingness. And it was quite funny.
And for a game that's delayed for like 2 years, that's pretty unacceptable.
Oh yeah. So there's a lot of problems with that, but I'm also going to say this, right? They're trying all sorts of new things. Now, the big thing is and where I get upset with people in general is people are playing on these 10-year-old graphics cards, 8-year-old consoles, and like, oh my gosh, this game is so poorly optimized. Why can't it? Because we're 3 generations ahead of where you were.
You're playing on a console that was like Obama's first term.
Yeah, right.
And like you're expecting Cyberpunk 2077 that literally just came out in 2020 to like operate smoothly.
Yeah.
Like
So now my question to you, as far as Cyberpunk and 2077 and all that stuff, is: do you think they released it too soon still, or do you think they should have pushed it back?
No, I think, and I'm not a very conspiratorial person, big word guy though. I think it maybe was a play to like get people to realize that, there's a PS5 coming out, there's the new Xbox coming out, all these new PC builds are like all the rage and everything like that, especially with Microsoft being able to play the same game.
Yep.
So I think it's a way of getting people to be like, oh, we got to spend way more money on all this software and technology and stuff like that, hardware and technology and stuff like that.
In their defense, though, it's about time. I mean, we're at the point where we're so far ahead with the new technology that the fact that we're just clinging on to these old game systems is a problem. Now, on the other side of that, you can't get your hand on the new system right now. I mean, it took me freaking a miracle to get a hold of my 3080 graphics card that I have, which for you tech nerds or non-tech nerds is the newest, coolest graphics card out there. Well, series. And it took me a miracle to get a hold of that. Like, I feel terrible. I had friends that waited up all night for like the PS5 launch. Didn't get anything. Bots. I waited up all night. Literally had 2 windows with auto refresh on my computer going so I could maybe snag one of these things. Literally 1.2 seconds into the 3080 going on sale, all of them were sold out. Not humanly possible because they were all bought up by scalpers and bots.
Yeah, they're trying to resell them and everything. Like, I saw a story about a guy who had 2 pictures of a PS5 and he was selling them and he put it in the description and 2 poor suckers bought both of them for like hundreds of dollars. It was just literally pictures of a PS5, but they didn't read the description because that's how desperate people are to get their hands on these new things.
And the thing is I know about that too because eBay refused to refund them, but it's like technically you bought and they provided the description, so it really sucks. It's a really shitty thing to do as a person. Gonna have to bleep that. Really crappy thing to do as a human being. However, you kind of saw it coming. Now I'm gonna hog the limelight a little longer because this kind of caveats into my rant.
Okay.
So I was talking earlier about the 3080 graphics card. Okay. And there is a guy named Hardware Unboxed. He is a YouTuber who does tech reviews on all sorts of different things like CPUs, graphics cards, yada, yada, yada. Anything relating to tech, this man does. Now, he received a letter from NVIDIA's very own marketing CEO. I think that's what it is.
NVIDIA.
So
NVIDIA,
the people who make these graphics cards. So I'm not going to get into how all that works because that's a lot of nerd tech talk that a lot of people don't give a crap about. The main builders of these cards did released a letter from their CEO to him. And I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry I had this pulled up, but for some reason it connected to the Wi-Fi of my lights.
It's all good. I mean, essentially what happened, right, was there was a reviewer, right? Is this the thing you were telling me about earlier in the week? Yeah. So basically there was a reviewer that called people on their crap about these graphics cards or the reviews of it, like how their opinions are formed about it. And the CEO of the actual company went to him and was like, stop talking,
Well, no. So it wasn't even that. He actually gave them a favorable review. So that's the thing is I'm trying to pull up the letter so I don't have to paraphrase it. I want to read the whole letter or portions of the whole letter, but I don't know if it's actually going to let me do that.
Looks like I'm getting better at this than you now, huh?
Well, I had it pulled up. I told you how the turntables have turned. Oh, man. Come on. Just give me the actual letter. Please. That's all I want is the actual letter.
Well, I mean, in the meantime.
Let him talk.
In the meantime, oxawattles. You're familiar with oxawattles. Your sister has 2 of them at the house. If you guys are not familiar with them, they're a type of salamander. They're real cute. They're only found in one lake in Mexico. And researchers are mapping their genome. Now, their genome is 10 times larger than the human genome. It has 10 times as many sequences as the human genome. And they just broke through kind of like, I couldn't explain it. I'm not a doctor, but they can regenerate anything besides their head, basically.
Yeah. No, I know that because Emily's axolotls bit each other's legs off and they
grew back. Yeah, and they grow back. So since I have 2 oxawattles in the house, I brought over a butcher knife. I'm just kidding.
We're about to be taken off the air for animal cruelty, Steve. That's not
I was
going to
say you could take one of my fingers and then I'll just put the axolotl on it and then it'll just grow back.
That's not at all how that works,
right? That's not how that works.
That's not how that works. I mean, Gosh, you're stepping in territory of this girl on Facebook the other
Clearly,
day.
I don't understand science.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's another rant.
I did bring the knife in case.
There's another rant I do want to go on, but
Let me know by the end.
I'm gonna keep that one to myself for right now. All right, so I finally pulled up the letter. So this is from NVIDIA, their CEO, to a hardware tech reviewer who reviews pretty much all of this stuff. So the first thing that really, really, really got me about this whole thing, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because I don't think you guys care to hear about it. There's a section down. Paragraphs. It's the fourth paragraph. It says, "It is very clear from your community commentary that you do not see things the same way that we do.
2 hours later.
Oh, they're so good just because I like them," kind of thing. And so this blew up the whole tech world. Needless to say.
Yeah. Needless to say, has nobody understood.
Yeah.
Half of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So this blew up the tech world. Too long, don't read.
Yeah.
NVIDIA really is a bad guy sometimes, even though I support them because I have their products. They strong-armed the crap out of a smaller guy and messed with his way to make money and provide for his family and all that stuff, all over a perceived ill-coming or ill review, even though it wasn't one.
Right.
So anyway, I'm done.
Like it's just like too big of a flex. Like, you clearly struck a nerve. He did call me about this a few days ago.
6 days ago,
he was incensed. I couldn't believe it.
But the other thing is NVIDIA immediately tucked tail and said, "We're sorry. We rescind everything we've said."
He's like, "Hey, when are we going to work on the podcast?" Also,
oh, I'm going to go off. Well, it makes me mad. It's just like, come on. Why do you have to be such a douche?
Yep. I understand. Okay.
All right. Moving on.
In good news. So Canada, our friendly neighbors to the north, lots of wind turbines up there, right? And a big problem, a big complaint with wind turbines is 1, the noise, and 2, it kills birds, right? So they're trying this new thing. It's a 9-year study from Norway. They just paint one of the turbines, one of the the blades.
The blades?
Yeah, blades.
Propellers?
Yeah.
Props?
Yeah. Any of one of those words? Yes. They paint one black, and it reduces birds' deaths by 70%.
Wow.
And as you can see by my new friend here, I'm a big bird guy. So I was just wondering if you
don't you know birds are government drones?
I was just going to ask you, are birds real?
Are birds real?
I think Ronald Reagan took them all out back in the 80s and replaced them with drones.
Yeah. So birds land on power lines, right?
Yeah.
How are drones powered? Electricity. How do birds recharge? By standing on the power lines. That's how they recharge. Conspiracy
It all makes
theory.
sense. It all makes sense.
How much you want to bet somebody's actually going to believe that?
I would not bet anything because people are incredibly smart.
Yes.
Beautiful creatures.
We love you all.
What you got? Rant boy.
Oh, man. Rant boy. Okay, so I'm actually kind of happy. He may disagree with me, but the last Broncos game, who were we? Panthers, Carolina Panthers.
Yep. Team we lost to. My Lions scored 0 points against
we actually won, and we looked like a real NFL team. We looked like an NFL team. And now he's all mad because I brought up them. But I'm sorry, Steve. What's your record now?
We are 5-8.
And 8. I believe the Broncos are
5 and no. You're worse than we are. No, wait. We're both up for elimination this weekend.
Are we
We're
tied?
both still technically in it, but it's less than 1% chance for each of our teams. I have nothing but faith.
It keeps auto-connecting to these gosh darn lights. I'm getting really upset.
Calls me the amateur.
Okay, whatever.
I'm not gonna, my stuff pulled up.
He's got all this. No, it's my nice rig that just happens to be getting hijacked by my lights.
Let me help you out here, cuzzo.
Cuzzo. Right. It's like a Lizzo. So
5-8.
So
same record.
We have the same record.
Everybody loves to poop all over the Lions, man.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know. This man, that makes things interesting though. That makes
No, it
things
doesn't. It makes things boring for the rest of the year. They're both going to lose out. It's going to be terrible.
well, but
We're going to have to
two
find
of the
a
worst
GM
teams
and
in
a
it-
coach.
Two fans of the worst teams in the NFL are sitting here debating. over
No, we are not.
Okay,
Our both of our teams are not the worst teams. And there's 3 or 4 that are just absolute
this. Okay,
dog poop.
Still, all right. So I'm gonna bet. So let's bet $5 on this, Steve. We'll make
What?
things interesting.
Oh, wow, the records?
How
How we're
we'll
going to
have
end
the
up
best record
at the end of the year?
Yep.
$5?
$5 says my $5 says Broncos.
I gotta play the Bucks. I
No,
gotta play the
I'm saying-
Titans, and I gotta play the Vikings again. I don't know who you gotta play. Should have had that pulled up, bro.
I'm not too worried about it. I'm willing to make a blind bet. Are you?
There you go. You gotta play the you gotta play the Bills, and you gotta play the Raiders. Those are 2 L's, dude. Those are 2 borderline. Well, Raiders, I think they pretty much sold themselves off for a chance this week on Thursday. But the Bills, yeah, they're a playoff team. They're a real
Yeah,
deal.
the Bills are really good.
Yeah.
I'll still take that bet. I'll bet you $5.
Well, that means I got to beat Tampa Bay Gronkaneers and the Titans and the Vikings.
Yep. He's being a wimp. Shouldn't he take the
Eh,
bet?
shut up.
All right. Next podcast.
Damn it.
All righty. Well, what else you got, Steve? I feel like, honestly, we've been a little short on these things. 23 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes have been pretty good. But
Yeah.
I think from what people have told us so far, they want to hear more. So we're going to keep going.
So I only have 2 tattoos. You have a few. Couple.
Technically, only
We
two.
got our family tattoos and everything.
I only
like
have
that.
2.
You only have 2?
Yeah.
So
I
okay,
mean,
me too.
it's a big
But
one. But
you called my tattoos little bitch tattoos the other day,
I did.
and I took that personally.
Yeah, you should have. All right, so he's
So-
over here like, oh, my first tattoos. This was 7.5 hours, Steve.
Yeah, and it's the rest of my life. I have to live with it. So, have you ever seen Ben Affleck's back tattoo?
No.
Dude, you want to?
Now that I'm actually connected to the internet.
Now, this is an incredibly famous movie star. Look at this. Would you get that? It's a giant phoenix / dragon
it's
all
definitely
over his
not the
back,
worst one
fully
I've seen.
covered in.
It's colored.
He's Ben Affleck, dude. He's a movie star. He's gonna
doesn't
probably have his shirt off and move like you know.
Yeah, it's
Just
there's a
working
thing that they
brief-
do where they can, get rid of that. That's how
I
they do
guess,
it.
but just working briefly with you, just with the little productions we're doing here, it's just like
Like look at
dude,
Captain America. I'm pretty sure like Chris Evans. I'm pretty sure he has several tattoos, but you don't see any of them. Look at Jason Momoa.
point. It's also a terrible tattoo. I mean, just as
I don't think it's terrible. I mean, I didn't get a very good picture of it, but it definitely doesn't. Look,
Google it.
all right, I follow a thing called Snake Pit on Instagram. I highly recommend you go there if you want to laugh. It is NSFW, so keep that in mind. You will see a lot of poorly drawn male genitalia tattooed on people, which is really funny. It is really funny.
That never gets not funny.
It's really sad.
Everybody loves a good, well-placed male genitalia.
So here, I'll look one up now. I can't show you guys, but I'm gonna show Steve, and I'm gonna see what his reaction is.
I also got more good sports news, by the way. I don't know how big you are a baseball fan.
I am a baseball fan,
Well, today,
but I don't really.
literally today, at time of recording, today, the MLB is letting Negro League records
I saw
allowed
that.
into the Hall of Fame. So they get
That's
to get
awesome.
counted. Yeah, they get to finally get recognized after how many years of not being recognized.
That being said, though, I don't know anything about that league, so
There was 8 teams originally. One was in Detroit, the Detroit Stars. Josh Gibson, not now.
he needs to learn to mute his stuff.
Yeah. What was this thing that was
Oh,
on mute?
okay. I was like, come on, bud. Come on, bud.
This is always on mute.
All right.
So yeah, Josh Gibson was like the big one that come out of that. Hank Aaron and not Jackie Robinson, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays both were in the Negro Leagues. So their records are now boosted a little bit. Hank Aaron's was only boosted by like one. He's still not the home. He didn't surpass Barry Bonds, but now Barry Bonds only has a 7 home run lead on Hank Aaron.
Wow.
So it's significant. It's very significant.
That's a big
big deal.
change.
It's like one of the biggest records to have in baseball. Josh Gibson finally gets recognized. They called him the Black Babe Ruth. He allegedly had over 800 home runs, but a lot of them were exhibitions and everything. It wasn't kept track of like Major League Baseball was. Willie Mays gets hit. I think he gets one more home run. So instead of 660, he gets 661. So
that's pretty
big deal.
good.
I mean, they finally get recognition for playing in a professional league, and with their, with they deserve it.
No,
like you're playing in the game.
100% great.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly happy that
because
happened.
it's also the 100th year of the founding of the league. That's why I think the MLB is finally like getting on page with like, hey, these guys totally like played the same game we're playing.
It's real baseball.
And some of them at a higher level.
What about the women's team teams that played during World War II? Are those considered?
Oh no, that's a good question. Good pull there. Yeah, so in World War II, when all the men were over fighting in the war, they would have like women,
legitimately like
women
Angels in the no, not Angels.
No, that's League of Their Own.
League of Their Own.
Yeah, I think that's based on that kind of idea where it's like there was a vacuum. There was a vacuum with entertainment.
So they wanted pro sports, and so they had women. But the part that gets me is like they played really good ball. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as the men came back, it got disbanded.
I think I've been in the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. I think there is something in there, like recognizing.
I think
it.
at the end of actually A League of Their Own, there is like a thing like, hey, they are finally accepted.
Yeah.
But that's also kind of sad though that.
Well, it took to
2020 to get
to that point to be like
to do it.
Yeah, the Negro Leagues are totally a thing. I mean, they've been wearing the uniforms in the games. They do a Negro League. Uniforms.
Yeah.
They have the week or the day or the weekend, whatever it is, and they all wear the uniforms of the cities that had Negro League teams, Detroit included, Detroit Stars. They got beautiful uniforms too. The best.
I don't know if you want to say that in that context with Trump. Now, going back to that snake pit tattoo thing, I pulled one up here. I can't even turn it around. I don't want to have to try to figure out how to blur crap on TV. That is a primo example of tattoos. Do you not see what's wrong with that?
Oh my God. I just did. Yeah.
Took you a minute, Steve.
Yeah, that's not right. What? No, come on. Why would somebody get that on you? Oh my God, dude.
Snake pit people.
Speechless.
It is NSFW.
Speechless.
It's snake _ pit.
Let me get that butcher knife. You can gouge out my eyes.
Go look at it. Again, warning: not safe for work or really anybody.
Nobody should ever see that. Oh.
Yeah.
Not great. Not great.
Not great is an understatement. Oh my Lord, that's what that is. It took me a minute to realize what that was.
Oh my God.
And that's snake pit.
Unbelievable. I understand you have a surprise for me.
I do. Okay, guess we're going right into that right now.
Bit of revenge.
So remember last time how he whipped out a century egg on me?
Okay. Yeah, it's terrible.
This probably won't be as bad as that for him. Have you ever heard? Oh, it opened up. I can already smell it.
Oh no, what is it?
Have you ever heard of a durian fruit?
Oh, I've heard of it, but I've never smelled it or seen it.
My buddy or roommate Robert turned me on to these. I don't know if it was this brand, but they are wafers made of durian fruit.
Okay.
Do you smell it?
No.
I do.
Maybe I have COVID. Oh.
It legitimately smells like fart. It is one of the worst smelling things on the planet. So he turned me onto these wafers, and I found them at our favorite market, the Asian market, where Steve surprised me with stuff from last time. And now he and I get to eat one of these.
Great.
Excuse me while I open this up. I'm sorry for the audio.
I brought this evil on myself, Ricky Bobby.
He started this trend, and we're going to keep it going. Ashley snuck down.
Oh, hey, Ash. How are you? Turned out for the show, huh?
I'm excited to see you try this.
She's actually had these.
You're gonna love them.
Yeah?
Oh, my Lord.
Are you being legit? I'm going to like them?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, come on.
They're delicious.
I can
like-
open a bag.
I feel like you're lying to me.
It smells like propane.
Oh my god, it smells like propane.
I took a full-on whiff.
Dude.
Just like,
What the heck?
Get the hand-kill experience there.
Oh my god. That smells so bad. It smells like legit, like somebody left a propane tank open. But it looks like a Nutter Butter without the chocolate on it.
Could you do me a super favor and get a Ziploc baggie? A big gallon one? Once we're done with this.
I don't know. I think you should just experience that fully.
Oh, wow. Oof. There it is. There it is. There it is. Show your camera. All right.
All right, cheers.
Chink.
Oh, that tastes pretty good.
Now-
Smells terrible.
It smells awful. Now, the reason I also got these for you.
What?
Keep eating. Go ahead.
What?
So, there is a really terrible side effect of these things. You will be burping that flavor up for the next hour to 2 hours, and it legitimately made me puke. Imagine burping the smell of propane every single time you burped, and for whatever reason, it makes you do it for like the next hour to 2 hours. No matter what you do. I drank
rather not.
Listerine.
You drank it? Like you
Yeah,
just
I
straight up-
drank it, and it wouldn't go away.
Okay.
And he just finished the whole thing.
Give me another one. I'm just kidding.
They're actually pretty decent.
They're not that bad
Like, they're
tasting.
really good
They're
tasting.
pretty tasty.
Like,
But that smell is
that initial
abysmal.
smell hits you
Legit, like if you were like taking a Blue Rhino like refiller and
into
just
the
like,
mic. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
at the 7-Elevens, like
Do you
you're
think
just
Hank Hill would love these?
like, Hill would be all about those.
He just. Oh my yes.
You'd be like, oh Bobby, go give me my wafers.
Thank you. Thank you.
I smell it over here.
Yeah. No, it's bad.
So I've adjusted. I don't really smell it anymore.
Ugh.
I made the mistake of like putting my nose right up to it and actually like taking a whiff because for whatever reason I thought the package was busted. So when the smell hit me, I was like, "Oh, that's the worst of it."
So
And
I
then
got
actually
you.
opened it.
So I got you for the original, like just the instant, like I'm gonna throw up kind of thing, and then you got me for like I'm gonna get you with the long con. Like you're
Yeah,
gonna
I got
you're
you
gonna
with
be
the long
You're gonna be
game.
burping for hours. Like,
Yeah.
great.
And you're drinking soda? Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I didn't warn him.
No,
That's
not
what
at
you
all.
get.
Damn,
Oh, the aftertaste.
it's not great. God.
The aftertaste is there. Well, so
Well,
he's
I'm
gonna,
up next. So
He's gonna keep stewing in those. What else you got, or do we want to call it?
oh, you can call it. I think.
I think that's a good point to end it. I like ending it on these little things anyway because it's a nice natural ending. Plus, we can suffer through it.
Ugh, without being recorded.
So anyway, that does it for this episode of Two Blockheads podcast. We are Two Blockheads. We know that and we love it. We hope to see you guys again. Please follow us on all of our socials. Twitter is the only weird one with Blockheads2. And then the rest of it is just Two Blockheads. So Facebook, Instagram. We don't have a TikTok, though we should probably get one because I think that would go pretty well.
I feel like I'm too old for TikTok at 27.
You did Vine, didn't you?
Barely. I was more of a watcher than a participation person.
Oh, dude, that aftertaste.
That's bad.
Anyway, good night. We love you guys. We'll see you again next time. Be safe out there. Have a good one.
I bet.
Oh, dude, the aftertaste.
That's terrible, dude.